Welcome to Sit Down News. Today I have a story that I think everyone's going to enjoy, but before I do that, let me give a quick shout out to Ratchet. That's our sponsor. Ratchet Clothing is a clothing company out of the UK, and I'll put a link down below. You could go on their website and check out what they have. The holidays are coming, maybe you want to buy somebody something. So today I'm going to be speaking about the current Lucchese Underboss, Patty Dellorusso. Patty and I was close at one time. At the time that I'm speaking about, Patty was not the underboss. Patty was just what we would call a friend like myself in the family. So Patty got close to this guy by the name of Bill Fenton. And Bill Fenton was involved in the fiber optic company, installing fiber optics. And at the time, the company was called Technology Solution. So Patty got involved with him and got me involved. I wound up getting a no-show job. I was the director of safety for that company. And some of the guys in Patty's crew had different positions working with that company as well. And when they first spoke to me about it, I personally spoke to this guy, Bill. And let me just say that none of the guys in the crew, including myself, cared for this guy, Bill. The guy was drunk from sun up to sundown. And I had spoken to him in a restaurant one day, and he was going over this job with me. And I said to him, listen, Bill, I'll do it. I don't have a problem doing it. The problem that I have is there's certain courses that I have to renew. I want to renew them with your company. God forbid anybody investigates us. I have to have some kind of connection to Technology Solution, you know, instead of just having my name down as the safety director. So it would be good if I take some of the courses and they pay for the courses, and it's on the kind of Technology Solution would be my sponsor for the courses. Yeah, no problem. So now fast forward to months and months and months, we're up and rolling. And this is one of the first of many betrayals that I dealt with Patty. So naturally, Patty gets very close to this guy. The guy's putting money in his pocket and maybe a little too close. And there came a time when I had to take a course, and the course, I believe, was $150. I forget what course it was. So I sent an email to this guy, Bill Fenton's flunky that he had working for him named Rick Carley. And I basically saying, hey, I have to go get this course. You know, this is how much the course costs. This is where I have to go. You know, what could I do to put in to be reimbursed for this course and whatnot? Because that's what they said. We agreed to that. He kicked it to this guy, Bill, who kicked it to Patty. I get an email from Patty, you know, from Patty Dellorusso, vice president of a company there, because they had changed. We started out with Technology Solutions, but we had changed because Patty and him hooked up. I think the name of the company was William Telecom, something like that. So now we were no longer Technology Solution, and we switched over to this other company. And Patty has himself as the vice president. And I get an email, which Bill must have told Patty what to say. And they, you know, well, what does this have to do with fiber optics and whatnot? So I was pissed off about the email. And I kept calling this guy, this Rick, who was disregarding my calls. And I was not happy with the whole situation. So one night I walk into Bella Notte, which is a restaurant we stood in on Long Island, and Patty's crew is there. And lo and behold, who's sitting in one of the bar stools is Bill Fenton. And I just want to say something, you know, when I'm speaking about what I'm going to speak about, it's when I was in the life, and that's just the way the life was. That's how you had to carry yourself, and you had to conduct yourself in that life. So I go walk over, and Patty's guys are all looking, and they know, because I've been talking about this Bill, and I can't wait to run into him. And he goes to put his hand out to say hello, and I start lacing into him. You know, I tell him, let me ask you something, Bill. What do you think? I want to shake you down for $150, shake you down for 150,000, not for $150. And why are you running to Patty to send emails to me when you agreed to this? Oh, I did. He didn't even remember. That's how this guy drinks. I said, yes, you did. I said, and I have another message for your friend Rick that disregarded me. You could tell Rick, I'll put a chain around my car and I'll chain it around him. I'll drive him around Long Island if he thinks he's smart and he's going to disrespect me. So he didn't know what to say. And he went to get himself out of the bar stool. And Patty's guy, Louis, was standing next to me. And I said, if you stand up, I'm going to crack you right back into that bar stool. So Louis grabbed me, was holding me back. And he went, and just like I predicted, I says, now go call your daddy. And he took the cell phone out and he walked out the door and he was on the phone. Who shows up about 5 minutes later? Patty Dellorusso. I go over, hey, Patty, what's up? I says, listen, I know I just abused your guy. I know that he called you. He says, well, you're wrong. I said, I'm wrong. Now, let's not forget, I just want to explain something in detail. In that life, as friends or brothers, as we say in that life, we're never wrong. Bill was a civilian. So there's no such thing as a civilian being right over me. Even if I was wrong, I'm right, just so you know. So I said, I'm wrong. Explain to me how I'm wrong. Well, you knew he was with me. I said, no, Patty, you see, he's with us. And what I mean by that is we're brothers. How could I be wrong when he disrespected me and his little flunky Rick disrespected me? If anything, Patty, you want to talk about this life? Let's talk about it. You should be abusing him with me because I'm a friend. Not only am I a friend, I'm a friend in the same bagada as you. And I'm your friend aside from this. No, I'm going to talk to him about that. I says, but no, you came to me first and you're telling me that I'm wrong. Why don't you go abuse him? Because that's really who deserves it. So with that said, everything calmed down. Patty and I talked it over. I had left after that. I said goodbye and left. Here's where the betrayal came in. Patty twisted the story after this and told people that after we shook hands about this whole situation with this guy, Bill Fenton, I left and came back to Bellanote and abused Bill Fenton. That's not the way the story I just told it is the way it happened. And Patty's crew knew it because they were there. I left. I never came back. I abused Bill Fenton before Patty even got there. That's why we had this conversation when Patty got there. But I left Patty, the rest of his crew, and Bill Fenton, who had his ego wounded, in Bellanote. I went home. I never came back to Bellanote. So the betrayal already started early with Patty because he knew Bill was wrong, but he had to protect Bill because Bill was what we say in Italian. He saw that's where he got his money from. So he had to protect Bill, and he must have told Bill, you were with me, don't worry, I'm going to straighten it out. He couldn't straighten it out because how are you going to go against me with a civilian? But yet he did. So this was just a short story, a little more of the treachery and how the life goes. And it is what it is. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their day. Hope you enjoyed this story. For anyone who has not subscribed to the channel, you could do down below. I appreciate all the people. We have a lot of new people that's been subscribing. I really appreciate that. Ciao for now.